You're watching Traders Morning Setups with Dex the Algo Capitalist. Dex created his pulse wave price trigger reports over 2 decades ago, and he's been using them to ride the pulse waves as a full-time trader ever since. Find out more about Dex's reports and sign up for our next webinar to learn how to use them at pulsewavetrading.com.
Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you had a very nice long weekend, but it's time to get back into the seat and start trading again. Let's take a look at these overnight markets. So US dollar index, I warned people about this. I don't know how many times I got to warn people about this. US dollar index is up 80 pips, back above the 103 handle. You can talk to you blue in the face, but it is what it is. Oh, the death of the dollar's go. No. I've given numerous reports on understanding how the dollar index works and what these factors are, multipliers. And if you have missed those, you want to go peruse our channel here on YouTube. All of our thousands of videos are still there, and I break everything down for you. So you're at 103.20 now, up 80 pips. The euro is off 78 pips at 109.07. It briefly dipped below the 109 handle and hit 108.98 in the overnight market. So be careful if you're long the euro. Pound sterling down 96 pips at 126.57. Be careful. Aussie, I'm surprised, is down 81 pips at 66.19. Now, it had been bucking the trend. All right, so that's what's going on there. Be careful. Bitcoin futures down $860, trading at $42,830 after coming off the overnight low of $41,690. So the volatility has been picking up in your Bitcoin futures. Ethereum futures down $40 at 2532.5. That's $2,532.50. It did briefly dip below the 25 handle and got down to $2,471.50 in the overnight market. Crude oil futures up 30 cents a barrel, trading at $72.99 per barrel. Nat gas off 36 cents, trading at $2.95. So it's dipped below that $3 psychological support. Gold futures are off $7, trading at $2,044.50 per ounce. So it's been oscillating between like 260 and 230, just kind of like just stuck in a zone. Silver is off 6 cents an ounce, trading at $23.26 an ounce. It did get up to $23.50 an ounce in the overnight market, and it's trying to hold on. You got copper up 3 cents at $3.77. You have the Dow futures down 155 points at 37,637. S&P 500 futures down 20.5 points at 47.96 even. E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures down 77.5 points at 16,891 even. Russell My Hustle futures down 17.7 points at 1946.20. All right, so markets are trying to decide which way they want to go. Soybeans up a whopping 11 cents per bushel, trading at $12.35 a bushel. Corn off 2 cents, trading at $4.45 a bushel. And wheat up a penny, trading at $5.97 per bushel. So welcome back from the long weekend. If you're just tuning in to Dex the Algo Capitalist here at pulsewavetrading.com. Donald Trump secured a resounding win in the first 2024 Republican presidential contest in Iowa, Following the result, Vivek Ramaswamy dropped out of the GOP presidential race. In today's big story, we're looking at how there are still plenty of risk in the market despite big expectations. Here's what's on deck. In markets, these are Morgan Stanley's newest managing directors. Who cares? And tech EV owners should be nervous about Hertz's decision to downsize its fleet. Yeah, there is reports coming out all over the street about a tidal wave of layoffs coming in just about every industry. Even the National Football League is laying people off. Come on, man. In business news, T-Mobile's top marketer has a plan to make 2024 the strongest year yet. But an unsteady start. So much for a happy new year. Last year ended with plenty of optimism about the market. Most Wall Street firms had bullish takes on where things were headed in 2024, but the year start hasn't been a smashing success for investors. The market has been somewhat muted during the first 2 weeks of 2024, with the S&P 500 index up less than 1% year to date. And it's not just the market that's disappointing. A slew of recent layoffs across tech and Wall Street, from Instagram to Google to BlackRock, have people on edge. But yet they still talk about this strong job market, right? How is the job market strong when hundreds of thousands of people are being laid off every week? There was more bad news on the job cut front during Citi's fourth quarter earnings call Friday. The bank announced it was cutting 20,000 roles by 2026. The move, part of a broader restructuring it announced last year, was coupled with what Citi described as a very disappointing Q4 result. In short, it's tough to feel great about 2024. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, I did tell you about the January effect, did I not, last year? I did warn about that. Yes, we have a lot of geopolitical risk. We have rising inflation. I mean, come on. Now, one of the best indicators of the year ahead comes from banks' Q4 earnings. Finance executives preview what to expect for the year ahead during earnings calls. Beyond being a big employer, banks have a range of clients across industries. So if banks were worried, it likely means the rest of the business world is too. Thus far, bank earnings have been a mixed bag. Opposite the Citi news was JP Morgan, which plans to continue hiring bankers and advisors after posting the biggest annual profit in U.S. banking history. Now, this is interesting, right? But perhaps no firm better encapsulates the market's juxtaposition than BlackRock, the world's largest money manager. Had a little bit of everything last week, announcing a $12.5 billion deal for a fellow investment firm and securing approval for its Bitcoin ETF, while also cutting 3% of its staff. The rest of earnings season will provide a fuller picture of what the year ahead could look like, but the initial takeaway is it won't be the boon some investors previously expected. You don't say. All right, so here's our headline catch up. Iowa called for Trump almost immediately by everyone. That's a landslide, okay? A landslide victory. DeSantis spent months hitting all 99 counties of Iowa. He has won none of them, typically losing by a lot. So he got smashed out by Trump. Xi Jinping is in a battle with China's own military, and the outcome could drag the U.S. into World War III. Now, the truth of the matter is they always want to blame someone else. The U.S. never wants to take responsibility. It's not China that is doing all the provoking. It's the U.S. military that's doing the provoking. All right? So let's just clear that up right now. A full list of winners from last night's Emmy Awards ceremony are posted on the internet. Not everyone is sold on the Bitcoin ETF. Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary said the fees being charged by ETF issuers don't make it worth investing in them. Goldman Sachs management CIO Sharman Mazaver Romani went a step further, saying that cryptocurrencies don't belong in investment portfolios. Well, standard Wall Street is not changing, and they're not going to change. You know, they're stocks and bonds, and that's pretty much it. They don't see anything else really as an investment. Meet Morgan Stanley's newest MDs. The bank promoted 155 people to its highest destination outside the C-suite, and those names are posted. Some advice from a legendary investor, billionaire hedge fund manager, and New York Mets owner Steve Cohen shared some common investing mistakes to avoid, like finding the right amount of liquidity and leverage. In a recently released interview, he also detailed what investors should ask themselves amid a trading slump. Google staff are sounding off about corporate overlords, per a report. After being hit by another round of layoffs, The Verge reported that some Googlers are lashing out over impersonal layoffs and a changing company culture. Hertz dumping 20,000 EVs in a warning to electric car owners everywhere. The car rental company move highlights the hidden costs associated with owning an EV: insurance, repairs, charging infrastructure, and more. These 17 VCs are funding the future of entertainment. Funding for AI driven media startups remained robust last year, even as VC investments dwindled. Of course, that's not going to end anytime soon. Who killed Cedar the goat? A 9-year-old girl. E tried to save her goat from the slaughterhouse by holding on to the animal she raised. E unwillingly picked a fight with the entire agro-industrial complex. She may have lost the battle, but she started a war. Apple has told 121 staff in San Diego to move to Austin or face being laid off, according to Bloomberg. The tech giant issued the ultimatum and gave the workers until the end of February to choose whether they want to move. If they opt not to, they will be terminated, the report says. You know, there's no future in being a company man. I'm sure you guys have heard that 1,000 times. T-Mobile's president of marketing, strategy, and product shares his plan for 2024. Mike Katz has spent 25 years with the company and has worked through every up and down. His job is to create marketing moments that get people talking and bring the customers. It's working. In other news, a college senior used AI to try and disprove the long held belief that all fingerprints are unique. I'm at the World Economic Forum and I'm blown away by the beauty of Davos. That's about the only beautiful thing being discussed in Davos. As you know, these leaders who have not been elected, so these unelected officials, get together and decide the future of the world. Who they're going to starve and how much. Could the lost Navy SEALs still be alive? It's unlikely, but their world class training gives them a shot. Eisler portfolio manager Sean Gambino is spinning out of the London based hedge fund and launching his own firm. While LA's richest are ditching their mansions and where they're moving to, that's right, the mass exodus out of California is still ongoing. What's happening today? Paris Fashion Week kicks off today with the menswear show, with brands debuting their fall/winter 2024-25 collections. Donald Trump's second defamation trial from E. Jean Carroll opens. This lawsuit will focus on damages after Trump was found liable for SA and defamation last year. Earnings today: Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, among others. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for this morning's pre-market. The market is now open. If you are a subscriber to the Post Wave Report, you have your marching orders that have been waiting for you. So log into your dashboard at pulsewavetrading.com and get to it. For everyone else, remember, the system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And on that note, smash the like button, share, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.